Alright, what's up guys? It's me, Aaron, and you're watching a live stream, finally back on YouTube after, good grief, a long time. First off, I want to say thanks for joining me today. If volume is loud from the music and it's distracting you, like it's distracting me a ton, I have to adjust my volume on my computer, let me know. I'm happy to adjust things. It's been a little while since I've done this. If you have any charts that you'd like me to check out at the end of the live stream, go ahead and drop it into the chat. I see some of you starting to put some tickers in there now, which is great. So let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what charts you're interested in, because that's also really interesting to me to see as well. Let me just refresh YouTube to make sure that we're looking good. Yep, seems fine to me. Awesome. Okay, cool. So I have a good list of coins, a good list of tokens. Hopefully it's good. I have a good list of coins and tokens, but again, if you got charts you want me to check out at the end, that's fine. So before I get started, I just want to let you know of one thing, and I'll remind you at the very end. It's all like the same. It's the same stuff, same spiel. But we're currently having a sale on 15 Minutes to Financial Freedom. It's 40% off, and today is the last day. Well, today it's Thursday in Japan, so for me it's today. But Thursday is the last day of the sale to save 40% off of that. So I have to say that. I'm obliged to say that. Let's go ahead and jump on over to TradingView. So the first thing that I want to share with you, obviously, is Bitcoin. People have been talking a lot about BTC and people getting really excited. But the problem is that people give into their emotions way too much. And the reality is that Bitcoin, while it is bullish, and I'll show you why it's bullish on many counts, it's also at a crux. It's at a fork in the road where things could go badly for Bitcoin pretty quickly. So let me explain and share here on the chart first. I'm gonna make things super duper simple. So these green lines right here represent support. And let me just remove the TBO and divergence for now to make this crazy simple, okay? The first thing we have to remember is that the price topped out here just a month ago, literally 1 month ago, the 25th of August, and now here we are, 25th of September, it's also topping out again. Now, are we gonna see a major drop today? It really depends on how well this line of support holds. This is the Cheeto in the lock. I don't know if you've seen that meme before, but this is basically it. Now the price was not able to push above previous price-based resistance. So now we're looking at our first level of support here. If this breaks, we're going to be going back down here to 55K, probably by Monday or Tuesday. But there's also a chance that we can continue pushing up higher. And the reason why I say we could continue pushing up higher is that when we layer on the TBO, one thing that is different between this time and the last time with this indicator, and let me go ahead and turn off that, is that back here in late August, the price never closed above the cloud. And I talk about this a lot in my posts in the Discord server for the Better Traders Club, on X, on YouTube, Instagram, all the socials. I talk about the TBO cloud a lot, and I just want to make this really, really simple and easy to understand. And I'm actually going to remove the price because it's a lot easier to see it that way. The cloud is essentially the mass that's right here. It's the distance between the top line and the bottom line. And that's going to change depending on what's happening on the chart. Right now, this is a bearish cloud that I'm highlighting right here. This is bearish because it's red. It's also bearish because the TBO fast line, the thick line right there, is at the bottom of the chart and it's pink. So that means that the top line right there is the slow line. So think of these lines just as moving averages because that's what they are. When things are bullish, the cloud is green. So we have the, up here on the top, this is the TBO fast line again, but it's bullish, and we have the slow line. When these are pointing up, that's usually a strong bullish sign. However, price doesn't always respect the trend, and we have to do what the price is telling us to a degree. So what am I saying? What I'm saying is that we've been bearish for a while, and when we add the price back in, we can see that the price never actually closed above the daily TBO cloud. Now a close would be like this. These are all closes. Now, because this was after a massive pullback and a huge correction, it's normal to not see like an amazing V-shaped correction. The price goes on higher. So we had this first attempt, price is rejected. Second attempt doesn't even get above the cloud. Now we're on attempt number 3. Now, this is what I'm talking about. The price is now above the cloud. The other thing that's interesting now is that if I zoom into the cloud, not only does it look like a whale, but the price has been above the cloud for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days straight, which is great. Now this price action has been bad. Even though people have been bullish and excited about this, I've been letting people know in the Better Traders Club, just because the price is above the cloud doesn't mean things are all rosy-posy. Things could still crash, which again, like I'm telling you, if we see this break, this green line, we're going to see this red line play out, and things are going to fall a lot further. So the thing that I'm telling you right now is that we are above the cloud, which is a good sign. We could continue moving up higher, but it really has to depend on this trend line right here. And if this trend line breaks, then I expect something like this to happen where we fall lower. I don't want that to happen, but it will happen. The second thing that we have to keep in mind here is RSI has been overbought for 6 days straight. That's a long streak. I'm sorry, 5 days straight. That's a long streak, honestly, especially for Bitcoin on the daily time frame. If we zoom out to look at other streaks, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row right here, and it's interrupted. Going back just one. Here, when things were crazy in February and in March, yes, we were seeing RSI was crazy overbought on the daily time frame. So, are we crazy overbought right now? No, we're not. It's good, but I would only really get excited with RSI when we are meeting or exceeding the previous high right there. So the fact of the matter is that we went up as high as 76.55, which is good. I'm not complaining. But having RSI so overheated for so many days in a row, this is kind of like a ding, 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 ding alert. And the second part of that ding, 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 ding alert is that even without the TBO, anytime price action gets really tight and really constricted, it's only moving in these little increments. I mean, look at these daily closes. They're embarrassing. 0.43%, 0.24%, 0.31%, negative 0.37%. Just these 4 candles in a row. Anytime you see price action like that, just doing nothing, that's bearish. Case in point. I mean, it only happened for 2 days, and of course it was the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, but man, oh man, after that, boom, the price fell down. Whenever you see any asset just kind of eking out little green candles like this, it's not a good sign. Yes, we moved up higher 2 days ago on Tuesday. Yesterday was a red day, and we have a bearish close. Got it. But we're not confirmed bearish until we break the support line, okay? I'm going to keep coming back to that because that's really important to know. Second thing, on-balance volume is a fantastic indicator that I wish I knew about so much longer ago. And I see the comments coming in into the chat for chart requests. That's great. Don't forget to like the video, That helps to push it out, share it with people. Yeah, I know. You will not find too many friends right now who are into crypto because we're early. So keep that in mind, that right now is a good time to be a good neighbor and share crypto informational videos like this so people are aware of what's happening. We are on the precipice of a major move for Bitcoin coming Q4. And I'm going to share more information why I think that's happening after I share this stuff. But there's a lot to be excited about, even though the markets feel pretty stagnant right now and boring. So back to on-balance volume. On-balance volume basically represents cumulative volume. And I love this thing. Now, even though we're looking at Bitcoin on Bitstamp, it's not the exchange with the largest amount of volume, but still we can see cumulative volume. And this is going to be basically the same as it will be on Binance, as it will be on Bybit, as it will be on the index. So the main thing is that on-balance volume has significantly increased, but not met or exceeded the previous high. Again, we can use lots of charting techniques and strategies with indicators. We should. So the main thing that I'm excited about right now, or optimistic about, is that the moving average right here is pointing up. That is a great sign. It's a great sign because this lets us know that the trend is bullish. Now, with that said, the trend was bullish back here, obviously, and we got a cross down, a cross below the moving average. We still have a lot of days until that's going to happen. If that's going to happen, it's going to take another 5 days. It won't happen for another week or so. We just got to keep it in mind. The obvious point here, and I'm actually going to go to the index because this has more volume. The obvious thing that we need to point out in regards to volume, and this, by the way, is the TBT based to quote currency converter. Yes, it's a mouthful, but it does one thing really simply. It automatically converts the crypto that's being traded, the base currency, into the quote currency. That's why it's a base to quote currency converter. So instead of knowing how much Bitcoin was traded per period, now we know how much that is in USDT. Or if you're trading alternative markets like Solana on a BTC market, now you know how much BTC is being traded with SOL. People are using BTC to buy SOL, etc., etc., etc. So we also have a moving average on here. I'm pretty sure it's a 30 SMA, but it's obvious. We saw for a while that volume was kind of okay, but man, oh man, has it just been dying and dying. It's been going lower and lower, moved up a little bit back here in August, and now it's rolling over again. So the main thing that's clear to me is that volume, which represents interest, is still down for Bitcoin. So while I'm looking at this and I'm really hoping for the best, we could see a very short-term pullback before we move up higher. And that's the big thing I need you to understand, is that macro view, I'm bullish on Bitcoin for the next 3 to 6 months. But we have this range that we've been stuck in for a super long time. So let me go back to the charts. I want to talk about a couple of these other things that I'm seeing, all right? Let's go to Bitcoin dominance. It's really important to look at this chart for several reasons. One, Bitcoin dominance gives us an idea of the health of the alt market. Ben Cowan talks about this a lot. And his big deal on Bitcoin dominance is that the higher it goes, the riskier it is to trade against alts, which is true. But as we're seeing right now, Bitcoin dominance is slowing down. And actually, what we're looking at right now in regards to the TBO is that because the quote-unquote price has fallen inside of the daily cloud, even though the cloud is bullish, which it is, this is called bearish consolidation. As soon as the price, which was once strong bullish, closes inside the cloud, this is now bearish consolidation. If you've ever used like the Ichimoku indicator or the Ichimoku cloud, it's a similar strategy in that when we're inside, we're going to be seeing some consolidation to come. Now, seeing these 3 days in a row where Bitcoin dominance is pretty boring is actually a good sign, because the more we see this fall, and if you pay attention to when Bitcoin dominance topped out last Thursday, the last couple of days, we've seen an incredible altcoin rally. That's thanks to Bitcoin dominance ramping up 2% and then giving back the majority of those gains. We want Bitcoin dominance to fall because traders are antsy to make money with alts. So The other thing that I keep looking at with this, and I'm shaking my head because I know that Ben Cowan is bullish on Bitcoin dominance. I know he's calling for like 60%, 65%, 70%. I know. But the difference is that when we look at the market now compared to 2020, the market has evolved and changed a lot. And because Bitcoin has become more popular and much more mainstream, that means that the gains are much smaller compared to tokens like Aptos, WIF, SUI, etc. That means that if you're really going to make a lot of money in a short amount of time, are you going to be trading Bitcoin? No. You're going to be using that Bitcoin to buy Aptos, SUI, WIF, or whatever token when the time is right. And that's when Bitcoin dominance is falling. So that way you can grow your Bitcoin stack. But these moments right now are short-lived. So here's the thing I need you to understand. While I understand and I partially agree with Ben Cowan's view on Bitcoin dominance going higher and higher and higher, because admittedly, it is strong. I mean, that's a strong bullish chart right here. If we look at just the slow line, which is the lowest line, and I'm going to hide the quote-unquote price. It's not really a price, it's a percentage. That's why I keep saying that. It's been going up forever. It's just going up and up and up, all right? So this is why I'm saying, like, I admit that it should go higher. Things are strong bullish. But the problem that I have is that many other metrics are saying, oh, I don't know. For instance, on balance volume, which I shared before for Bitcoin, it topped out back over here in August. And ever since, we saw a bearish cross down. Now, yes, I know it's moving up and up, but that's a pretty strong trend. We can have corrections or reversals in the trend, but still, I'm looking at this going, I don't know, man, that seems pretty rough. If we go to the weekly time frame, we're also seeing Bitcoin dominance topping out as well, again, since late August. Now, obviously, the moving average is still pointing up. We won't get anything serious as far as alts are concerned until we see any type of serious correction in Bitcoin dominance. And we're not seeing that yet, but this could be the start. Could be. Emphasis on could be. Okay? The other thing that I'm seeing that it's like, I don't know, I just don't buy the rally right now, is that RSI on the weekly time frame, while it was overbought, which is actually a good thing on the weekly time frame, it has yet to go above 70 ever since, what, the 12th of August. It's tried, but it has failed and failed and failed. When we see RSI above 70 on the weekly time frame, this is a strong sign of bullish moves to come. It's going to be a good rally to come for whatever token it is. But when we see it continually missing the mark and failing to cross above 70, that's a sign of weakness. If we look at the TBO and TBT divergence indicators, while the TBO is very bullish, we're seeing with TBT divergence right here, which is a pro tier indicator available in the Better Traders Club, we're seeing lots of these red marks, these triangles and these tabs. These are clusters letting us know that there is a huge divergence between price action, RSI, and volume. Yes, we can use this on a percentage chart like Bitcoin dominance too. So while I am seeing a strong trend intact, while it could continue to move up higher, I'm looking at this going, I don't know if it really has that much left in it. We'll see. Now, the thing that we need to keep in mind, and I'm going to take a quick detour over to a Google sheet, and I'm kind of doing this quickly because I've done this before so many other times for our club members, is that this sheet is awesome. This is the Crypto Historical Monthly Performance sheet. Now, you'll find something similar to this on Glassnode, but not as well maintained, because Glassnode is doing things incorrectly, in my opinion. I know I'm bucking the trend big time. I'm going against what Ben Cowan's saying. I'm going against Glassnode charts. I get it. But the whole idea of this is that we're looking at the monthly close tracked ever since Bitcoin's listing price on the Bitstamp market. Okay, I didn't bother tracking price action before then because it was just so immature and crazy wild moves. So we knew to begin with that August and September performed badly. They're always going to be bad months. Now, if you're always looking at the average performance, you're going to be sorely mistaken that you're going to find wild swings, which is why median outperforms average so much. So much so that it was basically spot on with basically the last 2 months. Now, June was not so great, but May was pretty good. So with that said, if we look at the last 3 months, October, November, December, these are typically green months. If we come down here to the quarterly close, the average is looking like a good 75% increase, which would be amazing, but that's an average of all of these quarterly closes. But the truth is that we just need to look at the end of our halving years, because it's a halving year. 2020, the end of the halving year, 169%. I don't think it's going to go up that much, but we should see a bullish close. 75% seems like too much. 70% seems like it's not enough. When we look at this going up 16, 12, 8, so that's about 36%, that seems realistic. And if we think about 36% increase over the next 3 months, I'm going to go over here, it's actually a reasonable target. So let's say we close right here, 36% over the next 3 months, so till January 1st. That brings us to $86,000, okay? That is a reasonable end of year target. Don't listen to anyone else that's saying like, oh, we're gonna go to $150,000 by the end of the year. Nope, nope. Hitting 100K would be amazing. Things would have to change very quickly. And I don't believe that's going to happen necessarily. So I need you to understand that it's better to be realistic. So this idea of a 36% increase over the next 3 months up to 86K, that's a reasonable target. So we're looking at some good price action to come, even though we've been bearish and chopping in this zone for quite a while. So let's talk about some alts. And again, if you're watching and you're just tuning in, make sure that you like the video. Make sure that you leave a comment of a chart that you'd like me to look at. I got lots of chart suggestions that are here, which is great. So I need you guys to drop charts in there, hit the likes, and we need way more likes because the ratio of viewers to likes is very low. Once we get up to 15, then I'll go ahead and look at some of these chart requests. So tell your friends to like the video. Okay, let's keep going. The others dominance chart is extremely important to pay attention to if we want to have a good idea of what is happening with the altcoin scene. In the same way that Bitcoin dominance tells us that when Bitcoin dominance is falling, that's usually good for others, we can also gauge the strength of the trend for the others market cap with others dominance. And I basically look at 4 different dominance charts. I look at Bitcoin dominance, combined stablecoin dominance, others dominance, and Ethereum dominance. So we've been focusing a lot on others dominance in the Better Traders Club, specifically in my market updates that I do 5 days a week-ish, but around there, that's what I aim for. But it's been an amazing push ever since it bounced off of support here at 9%. So it's up 10% over a month, we'll say. The main things that I see that are happening, that are good, is that this is the first open long, right there, that green triangle, that we've had on this chart ever since, wow, March. So we're seeing the early signs of a trend reversal, which is a good sign. The more we see this trend reversal take place, that means that the more money is being shifted. So the best way to think about dominance is that think about it like a big pie chart. Go back to like 3rd grade and think about pie charts, okay? So if we have an increasing stablecoin dominance, that means that we're probably seeing fear in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and others. So most traders or investors are selling Bitcoin, Ethereum, or alts for stablecoins because of fear in the market. However, if stablecoin dominance is shrinking and Bitcoin dominance is shrinking, that means that dominance has to be shifting somewhere else. And usually it's going to be shifting to others. So that's what I'm trying to explain here. It wasn't clear enough already. Now, a couple of things. On balance volume has been bullishly moving up higher and higher ever since the end of August. Now, while we haven't seen things really take off, well, actually we have over the last couple of days, but back here, we weren't really seeing those signs of reversal yet. And we're still really early on these reversal signs. But the main thing is that when we see, not if, when we see others get above the daily TBO cloud, that will be a huge signal for me that alts are going to continue to rip and roar higher. Right now, we're still bullishly consolidating inside. We're bullishly consolidating because we've been bearish, strong bearish, for a long time. But anytime you push up and into the cloud, it's bullish consolidation. Bullish consolidation, bullish consolidation. On the weekly time frame, the other thing that I'm looking at While I love the impulse that we saw with others, it's been, I have to measure this out, 20 weeks since we've seen the price of others touch the fast line. And I'm making a point of this because this is a good indication of a relief rally coming, especially after a clear bottom, pushing up higher, higher low, higher high. That's a good sign, especially after falling so far. Now, because we've touched or kissed the TBO slow line right there in the weekly, sorry, the slow line, I just meant to say the fast line on the weekly time frame, this is a signal that we need to be really aware of. Because this has happened, we could see a small retrace on this before it pushes up higher. In fact, I can almost guarantee it. Now, what we want to see, obviously, is something like this, where we push into the cloud, stay above, and go up higher and higher and higher. Note what happens here, the date, November 2023, when the price of others was above the cloud. This is when things ripped for Bitcoin, and then things went even crazier for alts. But see these triangles right here? Letting us know, watch out. What's the date right here? March 11th, March 25th, April 1st. This is letting us know before the crash. Careful, we have some bearish divergence happening. While we don't see any reversal signals here, either a closed short, which is an orange diamond like this, or TBT bullish divergence, this is still a good sign. And I'm getting optimistic about things, okay? Which is why I want to share these charts with you next. Now, we have to talk about Ethereum. Even though I honestly hate Ethereum right now, it's been the worst performing chart and so boring, so awful, bad for your blood pressure, everything you could possibly imagine. But it's a bad chart. But we are bullishly consolidating inside the cloud. Yes, we were overbought on RSI, but the main thing that I'm seeing is that we're finally seeing a push higher with on-balance volume. Could this be the bottom? It could be. Now we have support from on-balance volume in this range from here to here. So we actually saw Ethereum bounce off of, or rather Ethereum's on-balance volume indicator bounce off of our support range higher. So that's a good sign, but price is not reflecting that good sign yet. Things are still pretty rough around the edges. But with that said, we have not really seen alts taking Ethereum's lead. Alts are actually taking their own initiative. So I want to share a couple of these other charts with you. So Telegram, their token TON, has flashed a couple of really bullish signals. The first bullish signal that we're seeing is an early reverse signal, and that's this orange dot right here. This is a TBO closed short. This tells us that the current short position, that if we were in a short, which actually would have been incredibly profitable since July 25th, if we were in this position, we haven't taken profit yet, even though it fell down 31%, then 35%. If we haven't taken profit yet, consider taking some profits, because the closed short is letting us know that there's probably going to be a trend reversal coming soon. We had one back here. We have another one. I like them better when they're right next to each other. And the inverse of that, by the way, is our closed longs, which tell us the bullish trend that we have right here. You might want to consider taking the profits out if you haven't already. It's letting us know, consider it. So this is the opposite. This is the inverse. Consider getting out of that short, because we should see the chart move up higher. The obvious roadblock right now is that TON is looking right at overhead resistance, that white line. So because of that, expect TON to have a little bit of a pullback, but eventually this level is going to be broken. Eventually, yeah, thanks a lot, Aaron. That's really helpful. No, I really think it's going to happen a lot sooner than most people think. So that's the one thing to keep in mind with this chart. Fetch AI. So I talked a lot about the TBO cloud on purpose before, because I want to help you understand how important this is. Now, we have seen the price of Fetch AI close above the daily TBO cloud we saw it do it on September 20th. So almost a week ago. And the price has been kind of pushing up higher, but it is above the cloud, which is a good sign. Now, with this said, we need to be extremely careful because the price has started to cool off. Now, note RSI. We're making higher highs on RSI. That's a great sign. Yes, it's cooling off like it did before. What we want to see is RSI on FET meet or exceed this previous high of 85.87 and exceed it for the rally to really take off. But the truth is that the rally's been in play for a while. On balance volume, pushing up a lot higher, showing a lot of bullish signs there. If we look at volume, the moving average on volume has been steadily increasing on this chart. So Fetch has had an amazing recovery, and note, right here, we have this TBT bullish divergence. Yes, we had them right here, and that one's in profit, even though the price fell down. So we have our closed shorts letting us know we might want to consider flipping gears. Well, this is why I don't go all in on any position, by the way, too. This is why you want to consider DCA. The DCA approach is much better. But Fed is looking good. Now, on the weekly time frame, we are in process, meaning that it hasn't closed yet, but in process right here of printing a TBO open long on the weekly. This is a great sign because we should see the trend continue to push up higher. On balance volume has a bullish cross up, although it's struggling right now, but this is still a good sign for this chart. You're going to see similarities in these other charts to this, but I want to impress the importance upon you that when we see the price move above the daily TBO cloud, it's a big deal. Even if we see a little bit of chop and we see it bounce again, it's a big deal. Aptos is above the daily TBO cloud. A couple of things that you'll notice that are similar. Volume is increased like crazy. On balance volume is starting to tick up a whole lot. RSI has been overbought for many days, but this is a crazy big high that extremely exceeded the previous highs. Again, all bullish signs. And the price is above the cloud and has been for the last 6 candles. So this is all pointing to really good stuff to come. Now, one thing that I want to give you in regards to this chart, Aptos, is that this chart loves Fibonacci retracement levels. It's insane at how well it bounces to and respects these levels. While we could see Aptos continue to rip up higher, I think it makes more sense that it respects this as support and it takes a little bit of a dip down here to 6.65 before going back up again. But the truth is that the strong trend is intact. It is in place, even if we have a pullback, which is healthy. Pullbacks are very, very, very healthy. Okay? But it's normal to see a pullback in a bull market. We want to see that. The other thing I want to share with you right now is that all these charts, I'm not saying buy this at all. I'm just trying to help you recognize a couple of bullish reversals that are happening. But the reality is that when we zoom out, a lot of these charts were way, 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 way higher before. Aptos was all the way at $19 and it dropped and lost 77% of its value. So what a lot of people do in this moment where we're starting to see it come up a little bit is they might take profits too early. I want to make this super clear. When the market starts shifting, and I already showed you that crypto historical monthly performance preview that the next 3 months should be bullish for Bitcoin. If it's bullish for Bitcoin, it'll be bullish for alts. And the reality is that January, February, March, April, May is really bullish for alts. This is the moment where you find those really good entries. As the price moves up higher, you're going to have this desire to sell everything. Just consider selling a little bit. And then when the price comes down, you could DCA some of your profits in that position and let it bounce again, rinse, repeat. Take profits a little bit, and the price comes down, DCA again. Goes up, take some profits, DCA again. We're at the point in this market right now where we're starting to see the beginning shift of the bullish narrative coming back to light. I don't believe it's going to happen like amazing. We're going to see everything go right back up. We're going to rip to all like new all-time highs. I don't think we're there yet, but we've lost so much of the value of so many of these coins that it makes sense that we're seeing a recovery rally happening like we are here at Aptos, where from the bottom to where it is right now, it's up 83%. So a lot of us are looking at charts like this like, well, we missed it. Because if we buy here, there's amazing drawdown. Well, here's the deal. You don't go all in here. You inch in and you add a little bit more and you add a little bit more. So this is actually the type of trading that I use and bots use. This is why I love bot trading so much, is that it makes so much sense. It's a much more portfolio, well, rather bot trading focuses on protecting your profits and your portfolio by dollar cost averaging in, not going all in, but a little bit more, and a little bit more as the price falls. Okay. Stacks. This one is clearly above the cloud, and it's above overhead resistance, which is great. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days above resistance, and we're on our third day above the cloud. Notice something similar? We got all these close, short, close, short. A lot of these were too early, but still, they're letting us know you're in a short position. Consider taking the profits out of your short every single time. It's not a bad idea. So now we're seeing stacks starting to move up. Is volume there? No. It's a little bit early on volume. Is on balance volume there? No, it's early. If you go to the weekly time frame, how are things looking here? Well, it's early. We're not even seeing RSI getting anywhere close to 70 yet, but notice the trend that's happening with RSI. Notice the trend that's happening here on the weekly. Things are looking really good for this chart. So keep in mind that just because these charts are above the daily time frame does not mean, okay, they're going to go up to Mars and they're going to go into the stratosphere. No, there will be pullbacks just like we've seen along the way. But pay attention to charts that are above the cloud, that have an open long. These have now switched to strong bullish, even if it's going to take a while for this cloud to turn from red to green. Immutable, IMX, this one had a really nice rally, and it stopped right at the 618 Fibonacci retracement level, which is typically a level of strong support or resistance. Now, RSI was also flashing signals here as well. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days above 70, which is amazing. Note that when RSI started to falter right there, price was already starting to get tired. See that? Getting tired, getting tired. So we already had a couple of days to get out of a position like that to take some profits. But the truth is that because the price is above the cloud, it's a great sign. It means that we are strong bullish on the chart. Even if we have a pullback, IMX is strong bullish according to the TBO. WIF. I know I could pick any other meme coin, but I'm picking WIF. And the reason why is clear to me. Volume is insane on this chart. For one, we saw a one-day injection of volume at $44 million, and this is on Binance. Oh, I'm sorry, MEXC, I misspoke. But that's a huge increase. Notice how much volume died down August, September, and then all of a sudden, what happens here? Volume starts outperforming the moving average. Again, TBT-based to quote currency converter. It's a free indicator. You just have to hit the little rocket icon, then you add it to your chart, you get it on your favorites. When we saw this happening, that was the early signal to jump into this chart. I shared a trade setup for this chart when I noticed things that were, well, basically all the signs that were there that volume is growing, that the chart's gonna move up higher. Now, did it top out for now? Maybe, but the truth is that this chart is starting to move up. It is bullishly consolidating. It's showing some good trajectory right now. And I think that even though it could have a pullback, which is normal down here to the fast line, that this trajectory is really strong for the chart. The weekly chart is also looking really nice as well. Now, even though this is squished because it's the weekly and we don't have that much data on this, the price is above the TBO fast line on the weekly. Because it's new, we don't have a lot of data here with the TBO indicator. But we can see on balance volume, strong bullish. Volume in general, strong bullish. So even though it's going to be consolidating, don't ignore or sleep on a chart like this, okay? So let me see how we're doing here. Oh, good. Okay. All right. I want to go back here before I take some of your requests, which I do see, which is awesome. I just want to remind you that the sale for 15 Minutes to Financial Freedom is ending on Thursday. If you're watching this after the fact, sorry, but there will be other sales in the future, but you can save 40% off of the course now. I've been talking a lot about the TBO indicator. You can go to thebettertraders.com to sign up for the TBO, which is a ridiculously awesome indicator. And there are lots of other tools and signals and alerts and videos, all that stuff in the Better Traders Club subscription, not to mention the Better Crypto Signals. Like we do too much. Okay, so let me go ahead and take a look at, oh wait, I was going to show you this too. I actually have the Better Traders Club Discord server just to show you a couple of these alerts. So I'm forwarding alerts from the TBO breakout on Binance's USDT and BTC pairs on the 4-hour and the daily time frame. So we're getting alerts as they happen for all these charts that let us know there's a breakout that could be happening right here, or reversal alerts like the close short alerts for BTC pairs and for USD pairs. There's also tons of other Better Crypto Scanner alerts that happen here, which are really awesome, letting us know when there's crazy spikes, which is from the Better Crypto Scanner, the free scanner that's available. Great. Okay, let me check out what you guys are typing over here. Hopefully they gave you some time on the chat. And let me see what we got here. Hello. Okay, let me look up the chart for it. No, I'm just kidding. Bad joke. Really dumb. Not even a joke. It's just bad. I got about 5 minutes, so I'll do my best. ICP, one of the best tickers ever. Am I right? Internet Computer, they could have done, I mean, ICMP. Oh, that would be me. But really, ICP? I mean, it's just, do none of these people have children that they'd be like, hey, Billy, hey, Susan, hey, Sally, hey, Billy, what do you think of my company's ticker, ICP? They'd laugh their faces off. It's like, are you serious? You guys idiots? Let me do this chart. Okay, so ICP. I'm just gonna say Internet Computer because I honestly can't bring myself to do it every time. The main thing is that ICP is in a similar spot as a lot of these other charts that I just shared. Until the price gets above the cloud, and it was so close to being above the cloud, which I do think it's going to happen very soon, then it will be strong bullish. But this chart is already strong bullish, mainly because we have a good structure. We have higher highs and higher lows. Now, while you might interpret that as a bear flag, we're not at that point in the market. We've already bottomed out. We bottomed out way back here in July. We have a higher low, higher low, higher low. It's a good structure in place. On the weekly time frame, we're back to bullish consolidation, which means the price was once strong bearish, but now we're pushing inside the cloud. The other reason why I still like ICP, and I think it's good, is that the slow line right here at the bottom is still angling up on the weekly. So while we had some major pullback right there on this chart after March until the bottom of July, it's still strong bullish on the weekly. So we need to think macro with a lot of these charts. But I still like the chart. I think that it's going to go up a lot higher. One area to be wary of in terms of resistance, we have three TBO support, two TBO support and one TBO resistance line between the area of $10.50 and $11. So this range in here, there's going to be some significant resistance. So expect there to be price-based resistance, which is approximately 17% above the current price. But it's having a correction, which is normal, and we're starting to see good signs. So there was Internet Computer. Let's see. Curve. Oh man, Curve. Like an OG coin. All right, Curve is ridiculous. Curve has a lot of potential, as you can see back there. I'll hide that for now, and I'm gonna hide that for now, so we can just look at the trend. Now, Curve has been crazy oversold for a long time. It has been punished for no good reason for a long time. This is why, honestly, I think that Curve could pull a crazy reversal. Now, the one thing to keep in mind is that this is crazy. For one, it was on support. Support was broken. It's fine. The cloud is still strong bearish on the weekly. But the fact remains that the price is basically almost at the the listing low back here in October 2020. I don't expect the price to go right back up to the previous high for a 20x. That's ridiculous. When charts already experienced a bull market. In 2020 was the bull market. This chart moved up a lot. This chart moved up over the course of the bull market an exact 20x. Okay? Because we already saw that happen in the bull market, I don't think that the next bull market curve will perform as well, but I think it could still perform well, pull like a 3x to a 5x. Now, in regards to where it is right now, it's still strong bearish. Even though we're seeing signs of a reversal, unfortunately, it's not getting enough energy to push it up higher. And there is significant resistance currently, if it were to pump today, at 61 cents. What will probably happen with this chart is as the altcoin market picks up, this will eventually start to move up, but it's going to struggle at that line of resistance, that area of resistance. But that's just one man's idea. We did cover SUI, or no, did we? No, we didn't. Okay, I did in my club update. All right, SUI is fine. All right, this will have to be the last one, although I am interested in what these other ones are that you guys are posting. Okay, SUI has been hot for a while, mainly because the price broke out of overhead resistance and things just heated up with volume. Now, I already shared this before, but when you see volume grossly overperforming above the moving average, and I did change the color there, but like this, right here. When you see this happening in a chart, but no apparent price reaction yet, like this. Yes, that's a big 38% candle, but no real pump yet. Pay attention, even if there's a pullback, because even entering after that pump, it's a 99% return. It's crazy. So pay attention to when volume is outperforming. On balance volume has also been crazy bullish. Now, with that said, because we're crazy bullish, RSI has been officially overbought for 9 days straight, making an insane high. I think an all-time high on RSI at 93, which is amazing. So with that said, I think it's safe to say that while we like SUI and we're very thankful for what SUI's given us, if you haven't taken some profits yet, you might want to consider it. Now, again, for the same reasons that I said before, this could still be the start of this rally. It could go up a lot higher. So keep in mind that a pullback down to the fast line, 21%, wouldn't be unheard of for a chart that's crazy pumped like this, but it's also strong bullish. We even have a TBO breakout, tic-tac-toe, 3 in a row. And after the confirmed breakout, the price moved up another 24%. So the only thing that I'm hesitant about is that because it moved up so high so fast, it makes more sense to see it retrace a bit and fall back down. We're also not super duper strong yet on the TBO. So if anything, we're probably going to see SUI do one of these corrections and we'll see what happens. It'll retest and maybe it'll go up higher. We'll see. But it's very much an impressive chart, to say the least. Okay. All right. I think that's it. Yep. All right. I wanted to pull up this guy. Good. Okay. So just a reminder, if you want access to the TBO, the trending breakout indicator, market updates, tons of stuff, blah, 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 blah. It's in the Better Traders Club. Go to thebettertraders.com, sign up for the club. We have a tier that's as cheap as $1, where you get a ton of content for $1 a month. And yes, we have other tiers with other tools and resources, but you're not going to find anything just for $1 a month with all the value you're going to get from the Better Traders Club. So again, thanks guys for hanging out with me. If you haven't already liked the video, slap yourself, send it to a video, send it to a friend. And until the next time, you know what to do. Stay awesome and stay in the green. Peace. I have to find the button. There it is.